Think scaling AI is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds, helping pilots navigate flights, and on lots of clouds, helping employees automate tasks. On-prem, so designers can access proprietary data, and on the edge, so remote bank tellers can assist customers. Watson X works anywhere, so you can scale AI everywhere. Learn more at ibm.com/WatsonX. IBM. Let's create.
ABC Wednesdays.
I'm Joan, and I'm your first Golden Bachelorette.
Joan's getting a second chance.
This is about everybody like me, navigating, trying to find love at this age.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't have hope.
Because love never ages.
Golden age doesn't mean you're old. Old is a state of mind, like a lot of living to do.
The Golden Bachelorette, Wednesdays on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, distribute it everywhere, and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit your podcasts right from your phone or your computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel so supported in the creation and distribution of my show. Spotify for Podcasters hosts masterclasses, office hours, and more to help creators develop and fine-tune their skills. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 80/20. My name's Lily. I'm your host. I am recording this at 8:30 in the morning. I'm sitting in front of my window. I just finished my little morning routine. I'm sipping on some coffee. I think the best podcast episodes are the ones that come on spontaneously and the ones that I feel so inspired to talk about. You guys know, if you guys follow me, you know that I'm a pretty organized person, but I do think that the spontaneous episodes, the best episodes, the ones where I'm feeling most inspired and I just decide to turn on the mic, those are the best episodes. And lucky for you, this is one of those episodes. I have a big content calendar of the episodes that are coming up, and this one kind of strays from that, but I'm not mad about it because I am feeling so passionate about what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. It's going to be kind of like a Motivation Monday episode. I want to start incorporating these into the podcast calendar more often, and maybe like a couple times a month. It's not really like a telling you tips and tricks episode. It's more of just something to get you motivated. And motivation is funny because it comes and goes. Whereas if you're committed to something, if you're committed to your routine, if you're committed to your workouts, if you're committed to your food, that commitment is going to last a lot longer than your motivation will. But there's nothing wrong with getting motivated, especially on a Monday morning. So yesterday I went for a run, and if you know me, you know that I'm not a big runner. I've spent a little bit of time on a treadmill, maybe run a couple miles within the past couple months, and the other day my boyfriend Sam roped me into going for a run, and I knew that I needed to do something. I needed to work out, I needed to move. And so I said yes. It's like 8:30 at night, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And it rained all day. It was like the perfect weather, and we went out. We did like a little walk-run combo, and he was like, let's just do a mile. And so we did a little walk-run, probably ran half a mile, walked half a mile. And we hit 1 mile, and he was like, let's keep going. And I was like, no, like, I'm done. This is it. I'm not going any further. And he's like, no, like, you can do it. And to be quite honest with you guys, I really did not think that I could do it. I really couldn't. And you guys know I'm really big on mindset, and I'm a firm believer that we can do anything that we set our minds to. But in this moment, I was like, I can't do it. I literally cannot do this. But the funny thing is that your mind will give out way sooner than your body does. You physically can do it. Mentally, that's the challenging part. Lucky for me, Sam is super motivating and he's just a really great, genuine guy. And the whole time he was like, you can do it. Like, let's just go a little bit further. Like this light pole, this mailbox, whatever. We put on some fun, upbeat music and we just kept going. And when it was over, I felt so accomplished. I felt amazing. It was like 9 o'clock at night at this point. I hadn't moved at all that day. I was planning on kind of taking a rest day, but I felt amazing. And I think sometimes all we need is someone to remind us that we can do it. You can make it to the finish line. You might not be the first one to cross it, but you'll get there. And that's even further than those who don't even try in the first place. If you don't even try, if you don't even give yourself a fighting chance, if you don't even put your name in the hat for that job, if you don't even take the first step, you'll spend your whole life wondering, what if it could have been something? Where would I be today if I just took that first step? So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with spin. This is my favorite form of cardio. We don't have a spin studio around my house, like SoulCycle, Cycle Bar, Peloton, all those things. I don't have a bike. I really want to get one. I think I might be getting one here pretty soon. But anyway, besides the point, we don't have a spin studio by my house. And so the first time that I tried spin was actually in Indiana. I was with Sam and I went to Cycle Bar with Sam's mom. When you get to a spin studio, there's a lot going on. You got the shoes, the music's loud, there's choreography, there's at the resistance, there's pedal faster, pedal slower, up out of the saddle, push-ups, all this stuff is going on. And it's really, really, really fun. But I actually almost walked out of my first spin class that I ever took, except I couldn't get my feet out of those freaking clips, out of the pedals. If you guys have ever been on a spin bike, you know those things are very, very tricky. I couldn't get out of the bike. Like I literally would have walked out if I could have, but I couldn't get out of the bike. But when the ride was over, I loved the way I felt. I was nowhere close to being the best rider in the room. I had no idea what the instructor was talking about when she said, you know, tap back and drop it and all this stuff. I had no clue what was going on. I just loved the way I felt. And I wasn't good at it, but I went back. And I kept going back because I loved the way it made me feel. And I think a lot of times we psych ourselves out before we even get there. We tell ourselves things like, I'll never be a good runner because I've never been good at it. I'm not going to do well in spin class because it's too hard. There's too much going on. I'm not flexible, so I won't be good at yoga. I'm not a good enough speaker, so I'm not going to start a podcast. Like, no shit, you're not good enough because you never tried. How can you be good at something that you've never done before? Be okay with being a beginner and be okay with failing sometimes, but never be okay with giving up before you even give yourself a fighting chance. When you try something new, it's really tough to get past that initial phase of this sucks because I don't know what I'm doing. But if you push through, you will get better. You will see results. You will see improvements. And maybe one day you'll even be the best at it. But how can you be the best if you never even try in the first place? I think we all face resistance that we've created in our own minds. Or maybe it's an idea that's been planted in us from an outside source. Maybe someone told you your whole life that you're not good at XYZ and you'll never be whatever. There's this false reality that we can't do it. But I want to challenge you to challenge yourself. Today, I want you to believe in yourself. And I know it sounds really elementary and really silly, but go out there and fucking believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, know that I believe in you. Just like Sam believed in me the other night when I literally did not want to go the extra mile, but we did. And we did it together. And sometimes all you need is someone by your side telling you that actually you can do this. So I don't really know what's on your calendar today, but I hope that whenever you hear that little voice coming in that says, oh, maybe I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can never be as good as whoever you're comparing yourself to. Whenever that little voice creeps in Spend some time digging deeper. Maybe try to figure out where that thought came from. Challenge that voice that says, I can't. Use that as motivation to go ahead and show yourself that actually you can do it. Thank you for listening to this episode of 80/20. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by dropping a rate and a review. This helps more people just like you find and listen to the show. Don't forget to follow me, Lily, on Instagram. My username is @LilyRakow, that's LILYRAKOW, and follow the podcast Instagram page as well, which is 8020pod, that's 8020pod on Instagram. New episodes of 80/20 go live every Monday and Thursday, or subscribe to stay up to date with the latest.